what I want to do now is bring back all of my guests, Dr. Angela Pipersburgh, Matt Ryder, and Angela Papalia, and we're going to talk about what we call hit it or quit it. So each of you, I'm going to ask you all the same question. You only have 30 seconds to answer, and you can't repeat someone else's answer. All right. So Angela, you've been on ice the longest, so I'm going to come to you first, then you, Matt, then you, Angela. So my first question is, what is your favorite podcast? Favorite podcast, Angela?
The Small Business Lady.
Thank you so much. The Smallbizchat podcast. I appreciate that. You flatter me. All right, Matt, what is your favorite podcast?
I try and avoid business-based things in my off time because I do enough of that day to day. So I like comedy podcasts. There's a comedy duo in Australia called Hamish and Andy, and they're by far my favorite podcasts. Just full relaxation, laugh, and just relax.
Love it. All right. Anna, what's your favorite podcast?
Right now, I've been listening to a lot of Smartless with Will Arnett and Jason Bateman and Sean Hayes. They interview celebrities, and I love to hear about people talking about their careers and what their lives at work are like. It's a great podcast.
Love it. Love it. All right. Next question. I'm going to come to you, Matt, first, then you, Anna, then you, Angela. What is your favorite business app? Favorite business app? Matt?
The new iteration of the ChatGPT app is pretty phenomenal.
I like it as well. All right. Anna, what do you got? Favorite business app?
TikTok, hands down. It changed my business, getting on TikTok and Facebook and producing reels. TikTok's a phenomenal global platform. I love it.
Angela, what's your favorite business app?
My version of ChatGPT. I know you said ChatGPT before, but it's actually one of my favorites. Anything with AI right now.
All right. You know my rule. You can't repeat somebody's answer, but I'm going to let you slide. All right. Next question. Anna, I'm coming to you first, and then you, Angela, then you, Matt. What is your favorite old school marketing tip? Old school marketing tip.
Old school. When I first started my business in 2011, I went to the library and I bought a book on guerrilla marketing techniques. And some of those techniques still stick with me to this day. And I don't know if I can say one exact tip from that, but just this idea of this sort of grassroots, being direct, being clear, being honest, and being persistent. It always sticks with me. And it's good tips when it comes to creating video content on TikTok and Facebook as well. That's guerrilla marketing.
Mm-hmm. All right. Matt, what's your favorite old school marketing tip?
I'd say the most useful for me is definitely the old 5 school principles of copywriting, which is like the 5 levels of awareness of a prospect. So unaware, problem aware, solution aware, brand aware, product aware. And if you take people through those, generally marketing and sales is pretty simple. So that's always a good one.
All right. Love it. Angela, what's your favorite old school marketing tip?
Don't give up on anybody. Walk them through the process and help them to make a decision.
I love it. I love it. All right. Last question, guys. And I'm going to start with you, Anna, and then you, Matt, and Dr. Angela. I will let you have the last word. What is the best business book that you've ever read? Best business book you've ever read? Anna?
Hands down, Good to Great. I have it on my shelf. In fact, I just listened to the audiobook for probably the second or third time. It's phenomenal. And I come back to it very frequently, and it always helps me get through any obstacle that I have in my business.
Love it. All right, Matt, what's your favorite business book?
I think it shifts with what's happening at the time. I've read a lot of them, and they all provide a different level of insight over things. But I would say the one that most recently I think was the most apt was Essentialism, which is about sort of not doing things that aren't important.
Love it. Love it. Angela, what's your favorite business book?
Dr. Miles Monroe wrote a book on purpose and on vision. And it's one of my favorite because we cannot run and have successful organizations or even our lives without a vision. And so eyes that see are very, very rare. So we must have a vision.
Love it. Miles Monroe was a great, great man. And my favorite business book is actually 10X is Easier Than 2X by Dan Sullivan. I love this book and it just blew my mind and changed my business. Thank you all so much for being on the Smallbizchat podcast. Thank you to Dr. Angela Pipersburgh. You can reach her at kingdomchamberofcommerce.org. Matt Ryder, CEO of Sales Viper and the seventh group HQ. Also, don't forget to check out Anna Papalia's new book, Interviewology, The Science of Interviewing. Be sure to grab it anywhere books are sold.